Captain's log. We had the pleasure of making the acquaintance of Mr. Neelix, an old friend of Admiral Tuvok from his days on Voyager. He asked us to help settle the Talaxians on a new planet from their colony. The relocation was mostly successful. We had a little trouble with the Malon, as by the time we got onto the colony the Talaxians had selected, they had already shown up and dumped their waste all over the place. But we were able to chase them off and clear the sector up, ready for the Talaxians to settle down. I like Mr. Neelix. I think he gets a little bit of a bad reputation. Once we concluded our business there, we had a hail from Commander Van Zyl. She wants us to patrol the Delta Quadrant and get to know the local races a little bit more. And then we had heard reports of somebody contesting the Borg in this sector. Not a prospect I'm entirely fond of. Anyone powerful enough to contest the Borg will either be a powerful ally or a powerful foe. Captain, I'm detecting an ongoing firefight. The combatants appear to be Bentham Protectorate Squadron and some Kazon? Orders? Let's give them a hand. Kazon have been a real pain in the ass so far. Hail the Bentham cruiser.
You have entered an area controlled by the Bentham Guard. Our scans indicate your ship is armed and operational, and you have demonstrated your ability to assist in an ongoing operation. You will either join our squadron as a deputized Protectorate officer, or clear the area immediately.
Deputized?
You are now my deputy. We are here to apprehend a suspect wanted in multiple systems for crimes not limited to theft, coercion, destruction of private property, and murder. When you arrived, we were dealing with one of this criminal's lieutenants. We've tracked the suspect to this system. Your assistance in this matter is required, and appreciated.
Understood, Commander. A willing deputy ready to go.
Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding. We're jamming that spectrum of their comms now, but it was probably a call for assistance.
The Kazon just keep coming, I'll say for this. They're good strength in numbers. Oh, here he comes. This is the Marsh's flagship. We've still got a Scorpion fighter going. Ignore that raider for now. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, hang on. Target the raider. Ooh, yikes. Okay, this guy's ship's got a little bit more of a punch to it. Well done, repair teams. That was quite miraculous. Ignore the raider for now. Keep going on the capital ship. Okay, let's mop up the stragglers. Oh yikes, this guy isn't going anywhere.
That's got it. Excellent work. We'll send over a pacification party to take the suspect into custody.
You're most welcome.
Thank you for your assistance, and welcome to this sector. We recommend that you get underway and head for secure space. There's been a lot of turbulent activity recently, and multiple reports of danger to travelers.
Anything we should be aware of?
The Kazon have long been one of the more aggressive races in this quadrant. We've been cleaning up several Kazon raiding actions. They've been especially active, taking advantage of the recent chaos. We've also received information from some of our informants about ships that can eliminate Borg vessels easily, but it is hard to separate rumor and fact. We don't have any first-hand evidence of such attackers, but multiple parties have reported this.
Interesting. Interesting, Commander. Thank you for your information. Usually the Kazon don't have the technology to be a real problem. What's causing them to be more opportunistic all of a sudden? If there's something putting pressure on the other powers of the quadrant, the Kazon might be exploiting that moment of weakness. Maybe this fighting with the Borg is spilling over into neighboring parts of space, and the Kazon are looking for choice opportunities to raid supplies. We'll be ensured to include this in the report.
We have the suspect in custody now, and we also apprehended a fair number of his associates. This part of space will be safer without their influence. I'm dispatching medics to treat any wounded so they can stand trial, and an engineering team to ensure his ship is stable so we can tow it back to base. Thank you. We have it from here.
You're welcome, Commander. Flores, get us out of here.
We've received a distress call from the USS Callisto, which was on a research mission in a little explored area of the Delta Quadrant. We're not sure what happened to the Callisto, but we need someone to check it out. There are a lot of people on the Callisto, good Starfleet officers and researchers. Bring them home.
We've arrived at the location of the distress call from the USS Callisto. We're no longer receiving the distress beacon, but sensors are picking up debris consistent with a Lunar-class Federation starship. Let's see if there's any survivors or wreckage. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Scan for survivors. No luck, Captain. Sensors aren't reading any life signs in the wreckage. The Callisto had a crew complement of 350. Can we identify who attacked her? Captain, we have an incoming message. It's from the outpost station.
This is 7 of 9, part of a Federation research team assigned to the USS Callisto. My team and I were investigating this outpost when the defense systems activated and destroyed the ship.
7. This is Captain of the USS Debella. We'll respond as soon as we could.
I am aware of your service record. Thank you for responding to our request for assistance. I was able to deactivate the outpost's defenses, but the system sent out an automated distress signal upon shutdown. It is logical to assume that someone will be arriving to investigate. Please transport my team and me to your ship. I will be of more assistance to you there.
Beam 7 and her team up. It'd help if we got within range of the outpost first.
Long-range sensors are picking up inbound energy signatures. Voth ships. They must lay claim to this system.
Indeed.
Attention, trespassing endotherms. You are trespassing in Voth-aligned space. Surrender now, and we will allow you to live out the remainder of your lives on a prison world.
We will not be made into your prisoners. See if we can't keep them in the vortex. Get those shields down to Vralt. The Voth can cloak? Where's their last ship? There he is. More Voth ships. Bring us about. Whoa, that frigate's getting a bit too close for comfort. Uh-oh. Keep up the pressure on that Voth ship. Nicely done.
Alien
Voth
vessel.
cut transmission
You have
and are
violated the
engaging
Voth
their
facility and will be.
Oh, yikes. No, they can't. They cannot be serious. Where did they go?
Where are they going? It's not like the Voth to leave a battle they would have clearly won.
This is extremely odd. Captain, we're receiving a distress call from the Turai homeworld. On screen?
This is a general distress signal for any ships in range. This is the Turai homeworld. We are under attack by an unknown force of immense power. We require immediate assistance.
Who exactly are the Turai?
The Turai are a spacefaring culture that Voyager encountered in 2376. They claim ownership over the underspace, which are corridors through subspace that significantly shorten travel times here in the Delta Quadrant. Command has been attempting to contact them, without success. Access to the underspace would be a distinct advantage for our fleets.
Do you think the Voth are the ones who attacked the Turai? They left so quickly.
That is one possibility. To my knowledge, the Voth and Turai are not enemies. However, there is still much we do not know about the Delta Quadrant.
Perhaps a show of good faith would be in order. Course laid into the Turai homeworld. We're ready to leave on your orders. Get us out of here.
We have arrived in the Turai system. The Voth ships are in combat, but they are not engaging Turai vessels. Their opposition does not conform to any known ship in the database.
Whatever they are, they're packing quite a punch. Whatever these assailants are, their technology is exceptional. Even the Borg do not have ships such as these. Okay, against my better instincts. These guys really do pack a punch. And we can definitely do some damage to them, but that ship is taking quite the beating. Ooh, not immune to tractor beams though. Those tri-cobalt devices pack quite the punch.
The Voth and whomever they are fighting are speaking on an open channel. We can listen to their communications.
Put it on screen.
Your defense of the Turai thieves will be your undoing.
The Turai and Voth have a long-standing allegiance. The Turai's exothermic nature makes them superior to the other feeble races of the Quadrant.
then you will be loyal to the death.
They're not even attempting to negotiate. Oof, I mean, do we want to beam down there? I guess we do.
The surface of the Teray homeworld is being devastated by the debris from the Voth vessels. The Teray do have a defense network of satellites and shields that is capable of protecting them, but the control network is offline. This was intentional. Their attackers deliberately targeted the area during the initial assault. There is a secondary command center on the outskirts of one of their major settlements. If we transport directly there, we will be able to restore the control network.
Okay, beam us down. Away team to the transporter room.
The invaders attacked this facility, but they did not do significant structural damage. They were, however, able to take down the control network controlling the orbital defense grid. That defense grid is the only thing capable of stopping all of the debris from the battle in orbit from raining down on the planet. Small pieces will burn up in the atmosphere, and your ship's weapons can deal with some others, but a significant percentage will get through. Until that grid is operational, there will be widespread devastation.
Then let's get to work.
There was a firefight here. One of the Teray is injured, but his condition is stable. He may be able to give us more information about the invaders.
Good, we'll help him. He might be able to answer some questions.
Thank you. My name is Bellis. You're from Starfleet, right?
That's right. What the hell happened here?
The ships emerged from the underspace, and they were too close for our defense grid to stop the launch of drop pods. In minutes, they had knocked out the grid controls, and we were defenseless. We barely had time to transmit a distress signal.
Who are the attackers? We couldn't identify their ships.
The attackers were Vodwar. Voyager did indeed interact with one of our corridors, but instead of deleting the info as we requested and going on their way, they revived our greatest enemy. All of this destruction, every death, it's all Voyager's fault.
Here we go again. The Vodwar?
Impossible. It cannot be the Vodwar. I would know.
Have you previously confronted them?
This is all my fault. When we first encountered the Vodwar, they were in cryostasis. I foolishly awoke their leader in a moment of curiosity. I didn't know their history. They were conquerors, despots. The Vodwar used underspace to rule the Delta Quadrant for decades. It was only when the other races banded together that they were defeated. At the time we encountered them, when I awakened them, Captain Janeway said she probably would have done the same thing. But it wasn't her choice, it was mine. I am responsible. However, the Vodwar we encountered did not have a level of technology like what we face here. This is far beyond anything the Vodwar are capable of developing in such a short amount of time.
Understood. So what's the plan?
My analysis remains unchanged. We need to restore functionality to the defense grid. There are 4 nodes located on the edge of this complex. We must restart these nodes and realign them to the central tower to re-establish the grid.
Sounds good. Keep an eye out for a Vodwar. They're not gonna like
I'll go
this.
to the central tower and start the initialization sequence.
Okie dokie. And we just have to pray that their ground technology isn't as good as their orbital stuff. Calm down, Tyrell.
I blame myself for the Vodwar's return. It was a door best left unopened.
Are these the Vodwar? Where's the node?
No further hostile beams detected. Complete these steps in the correct order to initialize and align the node.
Go on.
First, you must access the AI subroutines. Next, you must update the defense protocols. Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
Understood. Kinetic dampener. And this should do the trick.
Connection reestablished.
Activate the defense grid. There's a call from Bellis.
Starfleet, I need assistance at the central tower.
On our way, Bellis. More Vadwa?
No further hostile beams detected.
Oh. Let's see if we can't help this guy. Bellis?
Your team did an excellent job getting the defense nodes back online and realigned to the central hub here. The restart process will take some time, but the defense grid will be active in about 2 minutes.
Guess what?
We'd be in good shape if the Vaadwaur hadn't launched more assault pods. These are mobile transporter pads used to bring more troops to the surface rapidly. I assume they're coming.
As we were rudely interrupted.
No further hostile
be in
beams
good shape.
The Teray took control of underspace after the Vaadwaur were defeated. Clearly, the Vaadwaur object.
Oh wait, these guys are here to help us? I'm receiving a message from the Debella. The Vaadwaur are retreating to the underspace. Even with their defense grid online, the Teray couldn't have defeated them. Why leave before they finish the fight? Odd indeed.
It is not odd.
No further
Fourth
hostile beams
reinforcements have entered orbit. These Vaadwaur do not want to do battle with an obviously superior force.
Really? I seem to remember the Vaadwaur tearing your ships apart as well as anyone else's.
While we did sustain great losses, we have made good on our agreement with the Teray. Bellas, we have restored your defense grid.
I think you'll actually find it was Seven and my team who restored it.
I'm not interested in petty squabbling about who did what. The grid is restored and we are safe. That's all that matters.
Captain, the USS Voyager has entered orbit. Admiral Tuvok is requesting to beam to your permission. Ooh, I mean, be better if we beamed up. I don't like being down here.
Seven of 9.
Admiral.
We detected the destruction of the Callisto. What?
It was your fault. Your ship invaded the Voth outpost. You woke the Vaadwaur.
Vaadwaur. Interesting. Starfleet intelligence did not consider them a threat. We believe their numbers were few and their technology outdated.
Then you were wrong. The Vaadwaur have returned, and no one is safe.
I see. 7. Voyager could use your expertise again. Will you return to the ship?
That would be acceptable.
Very well. We will take the other survivors from the Callisto as well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Voyager, 2 to beam up.
Oh, no, there she goes. 7 and 9 has safely arrived on Voyager. The Vaadwaur threat on the ground is over. The Voth commander has indicated his forces would deal with any remaining hostiles. We're clear to return to the Debella on your command. Beam us up.
Thank you for assisting Seven and lending aid to the Touré. However, the discovery that our old foes, the Vaadwaur, have made such a leap in technology and are now threatening the entire quadrant is troubling.
Agreed. They must be getting help from somewhere.
Thank you. Without your help, my team and I may have been killed by the Voth. Now, however, I must turn my attention to the Vaadwaur. I am responsible for their return. I must assist in their defeat.
Good luck, Seven. Stay safe. Captain, we're clear to depart as soon as you're ready. Teverell, get us out of here. Hail Delta Quadrant Command.
I've read Admiral Janeway's mission logs from Voyager. It would be troublesome enough to have the Vaadwaur return in force. They're an aggressive and difficult species. But if they have technology and forces that can defeat the Voth, this does not bode well.
No, it does not, Admiral.
Congratulations, Captain.
Not all the experiences of the USS Voyager crew in the Delta Quadrant were positive. Captain Janeway made some tough decisions to get her crew home. And more than one species felt like they'd had a run-in with a supernova after she'd been through their space. These ill feelings have festered for decades, and they haven't aged well. We need to do what we can to assuage them.
Indeed, she had quite the reputation. Voyager could use my assistance. Enemies in all the usual places. Okay, so we're off to patrol the Delta Quadrant again. So we have arrived at Nasordin 3 to begin Aftermath.
This is agreeable. It seemed unlikely that anyone would detect our distress signal, let alone respond to the call. Thank you for that.
The Cooperative? What happened here, Captain?
This is Cooperative Cube 1138. We are here to help.
Ships were fast and powerful, far beyond our capabilities. They disabled us and left shortly thereafter. Curiously, one of them communicated to us. He said scavengers would come to pick apart our ships. As we are defenseless, that was an unsettling statement. Can you help us?
We'll do what we can, Captain. Debella out. So these are like ex-Borg. So the ship's warp core is close to breach. I'm not sure we can beam all the crew off in time. Let's get there and do what we can. Uh-oh.
Where we left them, but they have friends. Kill them.
Oh, yikes. I'm launching fighters. Phew. Is that cube okay? Okay, it's beginning to regenerate. Good. Let's go and help the other sphere.
Thank you for coming. Our situation is quite dire. Life support is failing ship-wide, and so is artificial gravity. We're unable to conduct repairs at this time. Can you provide assistance?
Let's get your life support fixed and then we'll deal with everything else afterwards.
Thank you. We'll make our way to a base to
clean up this
checking the Voth again.
Trash. Open fire.
Keep hitting that battleship. Is that all of them? Okay, let's head to help the last sphere. Wow, I've never come across Borg like this before. Not in such numbers anyway. The ship has been inundated with radiogenic particles, possibly from passage too close to a dark matter cluster. It's overcharging their warp core and irradiating the crew. Modify a probe to generate a dampening field. We'll evacuate while there's a gap in the radiogenic phase variance. Oh, that was so much Star Trek. Oh, good, the other cube's joining us. Wow. Remember when we were aboard the Kind and one of the first things we ever did was fight one of those? We've come a long way, crew. A long way. Here they come again.
The Borg had found some assistance. How quaint.
Oh, yikes. More power to the shields. To be fair, I think that collective ship is doing most of the heavy lifting here. Ow!
The price for your interference is your lives. Die!
We need to get away and make repairs. Phew! Is that all of them? Where's the rescue ship?
You have our thanks. Were it not for you and your crew, none of us would have survived.
Let us know if you hear rumors of any further Voth advances or attacks.
Congratulations, Captain.
I can't believe we're helping the Borg against the Voth. Captain, the rescue ship from the Cooperative has taken the injured and rescued crew aboard. We're clear to leave on your orders. Flores, get us out of here. We've got some repairs to make.